the most important thing now I'm going to show you, right? So that is this. Hey there, I'm Soumya. Welcome to the video. And if you're new to this channel, on this channel I share what I learn on my journey related to tech, life, and just things I find fascinating. So if you like this video, do subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and share it in your socials. That means a lot to me. And you can always tag me on Twitter and LinkedIn. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So in this video, I'm going to show you some tools and things that I use most probably daily as a developer. So I just thought today to make this a really casual video because I thought like someone might find some tool really useful and that will make his or her life really easier. So let me just show you that, and let's jump on to my screen. Okay, so let's start with the editor I use. So I use Visual Studio Code, or VS Code, and I love it because I would also recommend this for if you're doing development, because it's really versatile. I can do a lot of things in just one window. For example, so I work on full stack projects, right? So for example, if I just need to compare some files or work on both files at once, I can just tab these things, and yeah, we have another screen. I can also keep just multiplying it and just work on more files. And I can also, the most great thing I love it about VS Code is that I can multiply even the terminals. For example, you can see a server is running here, it is connected to AWS, everything is working. Then here I can just run my React app in this terminal. Then I can also open another terminal to push it to my version control or GitHub, right? Yeah, and the main thing about VS Code is that they have a lot of extensions, and that is really good. For example, you can see we have Docker, and yeah, you can also make your own extension and upload it, right? Really great, right? So yeah, that's why I use VS Code for development purposes, and yeah, that's really cool. And to track the files in my project that I'm working in, I use Git as the version control system, as most people use. And yeah, I have this Git bash which you get by downloading it, and it's really handy, and you can just totally use it. And if you want to know more about it, I have already made a video about Git and GitHub. You can just go watch this, right? And yeah, so that's what I use for tracking my files. And to host my repositories which I upload through my Git, I use obviously GitHub. It is really great if you want to work with a lot of people. I recommend GitHub, and yeah, that's my profile. You can just go and check it out. And let me show you GitHub's homepage. That's really cool. So this is GitHub's homepage, and if you just see this globe, you can see these are the live PRs being merged, or pull requests being opened. You can just hover over it and it will show what's happening. Yeah, GitHub is really great product. I love it. It's yeah, you should use it. Git and GitHub are something which no matter where you work, you should know and have a knowledge about that. Okay, so now let me show you some products I use to deploy my projects for free, right? So I use Netlify to deploy my front-end projects because it's seamless. It works really great with your GitHub projects. So I have already made this video. You can just go and see how you can connect your GitHub project with Netlify, and it will just deploy it seamlessly for you. And yeah, I use it to deploy my front-end. It's free, totally awesome. It takes care of everything. Okay, so I have shown you what I do for front end. So to deploy my servers, I use Heroku, which is also free. You can see both of these things being hosted here in Heroku's cloud servers, and yeah, it is really great. So what happens is that at the end, first I deploy my servers here, so it exposes all the endpoints, API endpoints, and when I deploy my front end in Netlify, it just accesses it, and yeah, the whole full stack thing works, right? So that's why I use both these things. These are totally free. I would recommend you to use this. Okay, so we have done with deploying things. Now let me show you some really useful communicating platforms that makes work really easy in where I work, or in organizations, things like that. So I use Slack because it's for work related things, because it's really great. It's really clean. Instead of using Discord for work related things, I would recommend you use Slack. I also use Discord, by the way, to it's kind of Discord has got a kind of chill vibe to it, right? So I use this to talk with developers when I have doubt, or just hang around. And there are great communities here. For example, we have the TypeScript's official community here. We have Eddie Hub. It's an open source community. It's really great. If you want to get into it, I will be providing links below. And yeah, just there are really awesome, you can see MLH community. They're really great communities, right? And yeah, so I use Slack and Discord to talk to people. Okay, so this is LinkedIn. It is a product of Microsoft where you can connect with people. It is kind of a work related social media, so it's really great. And I would recommend you to not just scroll through it aimlessly, because obviously if you just keep scrolling through it, it becomes, LinkedIn is like the Instagram of work, right? So don't just scroll through it. Just share what you are learning every day and what you have learned from someone, and things like that, right? Share yourself, so create things, right? Not just keep consuming. So it's true about every social media, right? So just do that. And yeah, LinkedIn is really great to connect with great people, and yeah, you can make really great connections and learn from people and their experiences. So yeah, LinkedIn is great. So now, yeah, and also I use Twitter. Twitter has a really great tech community you'll ever see. For example, if I just go to my home page, right, you will see so many people, so many great people sharing awesome stuff, and really great. Twitter has an awesome tech community, and you'll learn a lot. You'll get a lot of resources, and I have connected to great people. And and the founders, the great companies that you see are really pretty chill here. And yeah, just same here, just create your own things, right? Just don't keep consuming things, because then social media is really bad. And that's what led me to also just get out of the Zuck things, for example, Facebook and Instagram, right? But this is the Jack thing. This is kind of good. Okay. Just joking. Just if you just want to learn and need great resources, I would recommend Twitter. So yeah, I will just suggest you to follow people that you find are doing great work and sharing things, and just learn from them. LinkedIn and Twitter, really good platforms to be in. Okay, so now let me show you something called Figma, right? So Figma is probably a here designers work, right? So for example, I will show you this. So here the designers make designs, right? And me as a developer will have access to this board, for example, and I can see, okay, so the designer had made this things. Now I have to turn these things into code. For example, I've been working a lot on making things from this using Figma, and the developer has done its work. Now I need to convert this image into working code, working page, or working code that can be used by people, right? Figma is really good if you are thinking about making your workflow seamless, and you have a startup or something, and working with designers and developers. You can just use Figma, right? And yeah, that's really cool. Okay, so now let me show you the things I used to blog, right? So I love Hashnode. The moment I started using it, I just loved it, right? So I would recommend you to just use this platform. You're a developer, because it's totally developer centered blogging platform. Everything is free, no ads, clean UI. So some of the features that I love about it is that you can change your domain. For example, as default you are given a hashnode.dev domain, but if you can just buy a domain out of the from different sites, you can just change. For example, I can make it soumya.com, right? So you totally get an independent blog of yourselves, and yeah, you can even customize it with own CSS. So if you make a Hashnode blog, what you get is a totally independent blog which you can from which you can remove the Hashnode domain even, and then you have to just write awesome blogs, and Hashnode will take care of promoting it, care of everything in the background, right? So it's totally great. I will be providing a link in the description. You can just tap it and go register, right, on Hashnode. And I also use dev.to to blog, to cross post my blogs. For example, if I just post something on Hashnode, I think I can also cross post it and on dev.to to have, you know, to reach more people, right? So this is also like Hashnode, a developer blogging platform, but I prefer Hashnode more because it gives you totally its features as great, right? Yeah, and also dev.to is also great, and I use both of these to mainly, you know, write my blogs and publish them. Stack Overflow is a main thing I use probably daily, every day. I have to come here because obviously I have different questions, right? And yeah, this is my new account. I had an old account in Stack Overflow from which I got banned from posting any questions because apparently I was not asking good questions, so I got downvoted, right? So I asked a lot of questions and I got downvoted because of the quality of questions was not good. So I started, in this account I'm writing really well maintained questions. So yeah, if you're a developer, any questions, probably you will get the answer on Stack Overflow because someone around the world has most probably faced the same thing and he has asked that. So Stack Overflow is really good. And the most important thing now I'm going to show you, right? So that is this. Everything that you saw, I have always found through Google, right? And some people don't Google even, and I found it ridiculous, right? Like, you know, it is the answer to everything. So whatever you want to know, and just Google it, right? Just Google it. And everything that I'm using now, I have somehow in some or the other way found by Googling, right? So Google is the main thing. It is the best tool. I love it, and I would not be anywhere if I did not use Google, right? So everything I know through Google, right? So yeah, just use Google. Anything you want to ask, just Google it, right? So yeah, these were some things I wanted to show you that I use as a developer probably daily, in exception to just the Netlify and Heroku, because I use them for deploying and I don't deploy every day, right? So yeah, just putting it out there so that someone does not comment, well, you said these were the daily things, you know. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, I hope you like this video, and there will be a lot of awesome things coming up. And if you like this video, do subscribe to the channel. That means a lot to me. And yeah, share it with your friends, and I will see you soon in the next one. Till then, stay safe and have a great day.